So I think one of the things that I'm most like nervous about moving forward, just in media in general, because that's where everything is flowing to. I started in media. I've always been an artist. I love saying that because that's truly who I am. But that's what gets me up every day and going is that I get to go to work and do something that I love. It may not necessarily be, you may not necessarily be in a place that you love to be, but the fact that you get to do what you love is more important. And I I think that I like the more that I think about it, because I am a textbook overthinker. The more that I think about it, and just like from my first video saying, "Hey, don't call me, don't text me, don't bother me." Yes, because it will be a bother. Is the fear of people, the fear of what people think of you. And I'm not saying that from a standpoint like I've already dismissed the friends and associates and all of that. That's far as for me. But like the people who need you the most, like i.e. like for certain type of support, like my mom, my sister, my pops, my wife and kid. It's not that I'm necessarily tearing away from you, but I have to get rid of every piece of distraction in order for this to work for me. And because I know that this is what works for me is total focus. I can't be halfway doing something. I have to be 100%. And instant gratification has definitely dumbed me down to the point where I don't really care about trophies no more like that. And I wasn't necessarily pushed to win the championship trophies growing up. Like it was okay to give your participation and be and give, and if your 100% didn't look like Mark McGuire's 100% or Deion Sanders' 100%, that's okay, and that is a mistake. Not on my parents' part, but to believe that mediocre performances are going to be accepted in the world as an adult like they are from children. So you have to you got to kind of start them out that way. And everybody learns as they grow. But I was talking about distractions, and i.e., there's going to be a point in time, like I would be surprised and remiss. Well, I don't know about remiss, but I would be totally 100% surprised if my mom didn't see all these videos and see how I say, don't call me, don't bother me, don't text me, let me focus on my work, and still call me anyway and ask me, what am I doing? Or wait for me to speak about something that I just said that I'm not going to do in the first place, which I guess I have to be tested anyway to see, where I'm at. And people will gauge you to see if you left them, to see if you really left them to deal with their own shit. And what I'm saying is, although my family is a distraction, my family is a good distraction. There are good distractions and there are bad distractions. And my family is one of those good distractions. I have a great loving family. Like definitely one of those like kind of like everybody hates Chris slash that 70s show, Fresh Prince, Leave It to Beaver. Like I have always grown up with the classic TV family. Like it was awesome. But I'm saying that so like I said, there are good distractions and there are bad distractions. And what I mean is, aside from that, I don't want any distractions. So, but that's a part of the where we are sitting talking and having this conversation right now. Like because I know what I need to be successful. Like I know what I need to do. I know what I need to not do, and that shit is hard enough to have to deal with it on a daily basis. than to have to deal with that and then get a phone call about some shit that don't matter to me. Like, or you know, and at what point do you become an adult? At what point do you become an adult and say, okay, this has nothing to do with me. So why are you calling me to gossip about somebody else's business is beyond me. You know? Like, I get it. And again, it's not nobody's fault. I just think that as people, you know, you get into that kind of mode where talking shit about people is what you do. You know, not to say that that's what's gonna come at me, but a lot of times that's all people know is to be nosy, be meddlesome, and you know what's going on in the family is usually some dirt or it's not good. So that's what it is. And I want to change that narrative. I want to change that narrative around me. I want to change that narrative for the people that I come in contact with and affect on a daily basis. Because something's got to give. Like I don't want to produce that, and I don't want you producing that around me. And in order for you to be around me and stay around me, so we can stay in love as a family, either you're gonna have to cut some shit out, or I'm gonna have to cut you off. You know, who knows how long that will be, and what the details will entail. You know, but it's hard enough having to deal with the stuff that you see on a daily basis. I don't want to hear about who shot John, especially if I'm not related to John and we ain't finna go get him. So, like I said, there are good and bad distractions, and at this point in time, I don't feel like I'm warranted to any of them because they do not help me get to where I'm going. If anybody's gonna do anything around me, it's gonna help keep peaking. You know, if it can be done, if it can be helped with this production and what I'm building here, which is essentially a compound of all the businesses that I've started and ever wanted to do in my entire life, because what better time than now, because I have all the opportunity in the world, and that's not figuratively, that's literally, we all have, like, me being able to convey all of this on my computer phone straight to you is one of the biggest blessings that I've ever had, and I've been wasting it for however long, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that we've moved on from that place. And because time has been wasted, we have to check it like the house is on fire. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, get a clue, you know? Right?